What's up? This is me, K-Rocks. If you find me on Xbox Live at any time, TMG K-Rocks. I just had to make a video response because I seen this one guy on here trying to talk bad about Battlefield 3, and like he just really had no reasoning behind anything he was saying. He just kind of talking. He's trying to take this stand with no claim. So this is to set the record straight for anybody who has ever even fucking played a first-person shooter. So, I mean, where do you even want to start about why Battlefield in less than 12 hours is going to be shitting on Modern Warfare 3? Firstly, anybody who's been playing Call of Duty knows that ever since Call of Duty 4, it's been the exact same shit. You can't tell me it hasn't. It's been the same map inside a grid. You're just inside a box running around, and you got people sitting in corners. I mean, we all know what we like and don't like about Call of Duty. It's been around for like 4 years. You know, Battlefield 3. Let's just start talking about some of the pros of Battlefield 3. We'll hit some pros of Modern Warfare, and then we'll talk about what's bad about them both. Now, Battlefield 3, I mean, come on now. Just look at it. The graphics is impeccable. They got a textured disc. You gotta burn the graphics onto your console. That's just how dope the fucking graphics are. If somebody really gonna try to tell you that Modern Warfare or Call of Duty has got good graphics, really? I mean, come on. If you play Black Ops, I know you've been running around the map and you will look at something, you can actually see shit on the map rendering right in front of you. You will walk up to a picture of a door that you can't walk through and watch it get detailed right in front of your face. When have you ever seen that on Battlefield? You don't see objects rendering themselves. Battlefield has always had better graphics. The sound of everything on Battlefield sounds 50,000 times more realistic. Distance matters. A gunshot from 10 feet away sounds much different than a gunshot from 200 yards away. You can tell when you're being shot at. It's not this fake ass bullshit. And they finally brought laying prone in the Battlefield. That was one of the best things they could have ever done, laying prone. Then the way they go prone, they don't do this action-packed, real cracking ass dive that nobody could just do. You can dive out a window and just land straight on your rib cage and just get up and keep shooting guns. No, it don't work like that. Battlefield has got the realest physics, the sniping, everything, the graphics, environment destruction. You say who cares about environment destruction? I do. Especially when I can blow up this fucking wall that this guy has been sitting in for the whole fucking match. You know, it's no camping. If I got a problem with you sitting in this doorway, I'm just going to blow it up. And then you got to change your strategy. You know, it's no just sitting, running gun. It's not a running gun game. Combat ain't running gun. You don't just run into a, you ain't just ramboing into a motherfucking map and just spraying up motherfuckers. You know, the movement on Battlefield is real. The guns, they sound real, they feel real, they look real, they everything. The guns look and feel real. You don't have to make a class. That's one of the things I really didn't like about Call of Duty that much. You always have to set a class up prior to the game. If I want to switch from a rocket launcher to a sniper rifle to everything, I don't have to set up a class. I can make my own class on the spot anytime I want. You don't have to wait for some fucking class or wait for the match to be over. You know, none of that. Let's not mention dogfights in Battlefield 3. You can't even fly a vehicle in Call of Duty. You can't. You can't get in the air. You can't get in a helicopter like you can on Battlefield. You can't hop in a tank. You cannot utilize vehicles unless the game tells you to. You're in a campaign mission and your guy's driving a turret gunner for like 5 minutes. I haven't really got into Call of Duty's campaign, so I'm not gonna really take too many shots at it. I heard it was pretty good, even from all the old ones. Black Ops campaign, I played that. I mean, it was nice, but if you ask me, it's just too action-packed. It's just a bit much. I mean, it was nice. I liked it, but it just, you know, it was over the top. It was kind of like Fast 5, you know what I mean? But as far as everything else on Battlefield, you know, just Battlefield all around. It's just a better game. The look and feel of it. Pistols actually do kill people on Battlefield. If you run around with a pistol, I guarantee you'll probably live longer than you will on Modern Warfare. Only way pistols work on Call of Duty is on hardcore. And then if you got a pistol, you can shoot somebody one time from 100 fucking yards away and kill them. And that's not real either unless you hit him in the head. You just shoot a motherfucker in his knee with a pistol from 100 yards and he's gone? No way. Pistols are strong, but pistols are strong as close range weapons on Battlefield 3. If you about 10, 20 feet from a guy, pop, 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 3 shots, he's done. With a pistol. That's how it's supposed to be. Then the look and the feel of Battlefield 3, just everything. Call of Duty, I mean, Call of Duty does have the game style that we've been playing for years. The game style that everybody knows and loves. Fast pace, quick respawn, you know, all of that. Everybody's familiar with Call of Duty gameplay. It kind of took over first-person shooters when, like, Call of Duty was the first to do what it did, basically. Call of Duty is a fun, you know, can be fun game. It can be a fun game when you're not in a lopsided ass match where you're just completely raping the other team or completely getting sodomized. Call of Duty, I like to have a variety of game modes. Call of Duty has a lot more game modes than Battlefield 3. As far as, I mean, just classic game modes: capture the flag, search and destroy, headquarters, free for all. They definitely shitting on them in the game modes, and you can always find a game of Call of Duty any time of the night. You can hop on Call of Duty at 6 o'clock in the morning and get a full 9 versus 9 ground war. But Battlefield, you get on at 6 in the morning, there might not be anybody on, so you got this vast ass map with like 6 people on it, and that's pretty fucking boring. Like that's not playable if you ask me. Just a huge map meant for 24 players and it's only occupied by a fourth of that. You know, that's not real good if you ask me. I guess Call of Duty has always had to personalize your character, even though I still feel like Battlefield and Call of Duty was kind of fake for having 12 or the same people running around. You got 3 or 4 people looking exactly identical. Only difference is I got a smiley face and a picture of a horse fucking an ape on my gun. You know, I don't know, like Call of Duty, and they brought zombies back. Zombies is pretty fun. You know, it's good for when you get sick of the multiplayer. You can drift away and play zombies. It's a nice little blend of skill and luck. What's bad about Battlefield 3 was the beta. The beta, even though it was still fun to get a nice taste of that game so early, the beta was fucking horrible. Like, if anything happens in the real game that happens in that beta, it's really gonna hurt Battlefield. It's gonna hurt it. Oh yeah, not to mention Battlefield has co-op now. It's a co-op campaign mode. The campaign looks like it's gonna be a whole lot better. They got rid of this ragtag group of bad company. They dropped that shit. Thank you. The campaign on Battlefield 2 Bad Company was like an action comedy. It was cool when I beat it, but I would never play it again. But I mean, that's just real. Anybody who's taking the time to sit down and actually play both of these games knows what I'm talking about is legit. I mean, I haven't really looked that much into Modern Warfare 3. I seen a couple of things they did that I liked, as far as how you pick the class, the type of what player you is. Like if you're a lone wolf, or you a team player, or you an air assault specialist. And I like how they brought it in to where when you kill somebody, you have to go grab their dog tag for it to count as a kill. And if you don't get them, they can take their dog tag and rob the kill. That way, you know, it kind of makes the campers have to get out and move. Like, you can sit there and camp, but you really won't get as much credit for it. Like, if you gonna camp, you got to move to get this dog tag. So I kind of like to see that the people over there is actually trying to do something different, because they probably realize how stale their gameplay has gotten over 4 or 5 fucking years of the same game. And they realize that Battlefield is really packing some competition this year. It's no longer, Black Ops was successful due to the hype. Call of Duty has a lot of hype, and we all know that's why Black Ops did anything that it did, because it's got hype from Call of Duty 4 and World at War. Like, Black Ops was shit. Anybody, I mean, and people still play it, of course. I mean, what else are you gonna play? Crisis 2? I mean, shit, you will play Crisis 2 if you just, you know, are a pussy. And Crisis 2 is for campers, just like Modern Warfare, Call of Duty is for campers. You know, all you do is walk around cloaking and shit, sneaking up on motherfuckers, and I don't know. It's like not. I don't know. This is worse than Halo for a sci-fi shooter, yeah, to me. But you know, anyways, that's Battlefield. Like, clearly, Like I said, if you've been sitting here playing either of these games, if you played Blackouts, if you played Bad Company 2, if you played the Battlefield 3 beta, and you know I'm not just talking out of my ass, you know, Battlefield is a lot more down to earth. And Call of Duty is like something I would go to Chuck E. Cheese's and insert 4 credits to play. It's running gun, it's fast paced, it's not really realistic, and you know, all type of crazy shit happens. Like, I just feel like, how can you really say it's real? I mean, if you shoot a rocket at a building in real life, you mean to tell me that that building is not going to suffer some damage? I mean, it's just about getting immersed in the game. Like, how long do you just want to keep running around through grids and these little passageways where it's 2 ways to get everywhere? It's just worn out. So, I mean, you can tell me if I'm lying. Battlefield 3 is definitely going to be better than Modern Warfare 3 by a long shot. And pretty sure the sales from both games will reflect appropriately. Because midnight tonight, I'm going to be up there and I'm going to be on there. So if you want to ass whooping, TMG K Rocks, holler at me.